The theory of international Jewish capital is a megapower theory asserting that massive Jewish financial capital orchestrates global politics, economy, and media from behind the scenes, operating to maintain global hegemony and establish a single world government. Moving beyond a simple conspiracy theory, this framework is sometimes utilized to explain historical events, the structure of the international financial system, and geopolitical shifts. Its core structure and logic can be summarized as follows. Key figures and families. Jewish families that led the periods of inception and consolidation form the central axis. Rothschild family accumulated wealth through bonds and international banking in 18th century Western Europe, laying the foundation for international Jewish capital. Analysis suggests they secured influence surpassing state power by financing large-scale conflicts, including the Napoleonic Wars. Rockefeller family, strictly speaking, an Anglo-Saxon Protestant family rather than Jewish. However, within the theory of international Jewish capital, they are classified as a core allied force that colluded with Rothschild capital to seize control of American finance and oil hegemony. Mechanisms of hegemonic control. The methods by which capital controls the world are explained through three major pillars. 1. Control over money issuance, central bank control. Focus is placed on the fact that the Federal Reserve System, Fed, which serves as the central bank of the United States, is a consortium of private financial institutions rather than a government agency. The logic dictates that by controlling the power to issue the US dollar, the global reserve currency, private Jewish capital artificially regulates global inflation and deflation, thereby manipulating asset prices. 2. International think tanks and secret meetings. Behind-the-scenes organizations exist to set the direction of global policies. Bilderberg meeting, a private closed-door conference gathering influential political and business figures from North America and Europe. Council on Foreign Relations, CFR. A think tank that exerts absolute influence on United States foreign policy. Trilateral Commission, a network connecting elites from North America, Europe, and Asia, including Japan. 3. Media and cultural control. The perspective holds that Jewish capital owns substantial shares in major influential U.S. media outlets, such as the New York Times and the Washington Post, as well as the Hollywood film industry and massive media conglomerates, thereby steering public opinion and popular thought in specific directions. Interpretation of historical events. This theory interprets critical turning points in world history as outcomes driven by the interests of capital. Wars and revolutions. Events such as the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, and World War I and II are viewed as engineered by capitalists who financed both sides simultaneously to increase state debt and secure lucrative rights in the post-war eras. Economic crises, the Great Depression of 1929 and the 2008 global financial crisis, are identified as tools used to legally seize the assets of small to medium businesses and individuals through abrupt capital withdrawals, thereby strengthening monopoly power. Critical perspectives. Mainstream history and economics point out that this theory suffers from reductionism, overly simplifying complex variables of international politics and market economies into the intent of a single entity called Jewish capital. Furthermore, a cautious view coexists, noting that it has historically been exploited as political propaganda with anti-Semitic tendencies.